such incredible style and features at such great value, it's going to feel like you stole it.
They'll never take us alive.
And it's fun to pretend you did. Suzuki.
Monterey College educates the mind, spirit and heart. Visit monterey.com.
Part of the Ace Radio Network, 88.9 and 93.7 Mix FM.
15 degrees in Melbourne, mostly sunny tomorrow, a top of 16. It's 5 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Tony Tardio. A man charged with the abduction and rape of two hitchhikers in the Dandenong Ranges has been granted bail. Lana Murphy reports.
It was an arrest 24 years in the making, but just 2 weeks after being charged by sex crime detectives, an alleged rapist has been granted bail. 71-year-old Gary Cook will be released from prison despite protests from police that he's capable of committing violence against women with little to no warning. Investigators allege he is the man responsible for the abduction and rape of at least two 15-year-olds in 1998. Both girls were offered lifts from a stranger near Belgrave train station, then held against their will and raped inside cars at knife and gunpoint.
Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton is confident Victoria's current COVID wave has plateaued. Cases have dropped by 10% over the past week. The number of hospitalisations has also declined in recent days. The vaccination rate, combined with the number of people who've been infected, has driven down case numbers. Professor Sutton says it's a trend being seen in other states and territories.
Some of them very clearly have had reduced numbers of 10-20% compared to where they were at 1 or 2 weeks ago. So I think most of my Chief Health Officer colleagues, even if they're not calling it as a peak, are reasonably confident that they're very much in a plateau, if not on the downside.
Victorian Green Senator Lydia Thorpe has been rebuked in federal parliament for describing the Queen as a coloniser while reciting the Oath of Allegiance with a raised fist.
I, Sovereign Lydia Thorpe, do solemnly and sincerely affirm and declare that I will be faithful and I bear true allegiance to the colonising Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Senator Thorpe, you are required to recite the oath as printed on the card, so please recite the oath.
Greens leader Adam Band has taken to Twitter to support the gesture. Labor maintains the reduction to the fuel excise cannot be extended beyond September because it's unaffordable. The coalition temporarily halved the excise when it was in power to ease pressure on soaring petrol prices. But with the measure due to end, the opposition is pushing the new Labor government to keep it going. Victorians have lost a staggering $6.1 million a day on electronic gaming machines last financial year. Gabrielle Hodson reports.
Data from the Victorian Gambling and Casino Control Commission shows $2.2 billion was put into gaming machines last financial year. Brimbank was the worst affected area in Melbourne, with $128 million lost, and Geelong the worst regional area on $105 million. Lockdowns in September clearly put a dent in expenditure, with 1 cent recorded in Wyndham and $4.50 in the city of Melbourne. In Geelong, Bendigo and Ballarat, the same figure was well over $1.2 million for the month. In Melbourne, Gabrielle Hodson, 9 News.
In finance news, the share market up 39 points, the dollar buying 69.87 US cents.
Darren Groves knows the Hamilton property market. Call Darren at Groves Real Estate.
Melbourne skipper Max Gawn believes Luke Jackson will reject offers from rival clubs and stay with the D's. Gawn says the Western Australian was the happiest person to beat Fremantle on Friday night, the club he's been strongly linked to. Gawn says he wouldn't worry too much. Jackson hasn't begun contract talks with the D's.
I actually think he doesn't know he's out of contract. So that little bit helps him. He doesn't read anything, he doesn't look at anything, he just continues on his merry way. And I think performance has shown that. You go out there and watch him, he doesn't look like he's overthinking, he's just out there playing.
Bulldog father and son combination Tony and Tom Liberatore have faced the media together ahead of this weekend's AFL Heritage round. Brownlow medalist Tony played 283 games with the Dogs. He says he sees some of his in and under style in his son, but Tom's taken it a step further.
His vision and his ball use is a lot better than mine because, back in our days it was more sort of kick, mark, stop. Completely different how it's evolved the game, and probably in 10 years further will even evolve even more. But the great thing about Tom is he obviously wins his clearances.
It's 5:05.
If you have an unwanted tree that needs removing or trees that are encroaching on fence lines, Barco can sort it out. They're your local accredited professional team and one-stop shop for tree lopping and traffic management.
The next time you try a McCafe coffee, you'll be enjoying the delicious taste of Australia's most popular barista-made coffee. Just one of many reasons to try McCafe.
It's hard to believe that some people buy beds out of town. Makes you wonder if they've ever been to Beds. And if they know how good the staff are and the time they spend making their customers happy, shopping elsewhere is a bit silly, really. Beds of Portland, Mix FM's Business of the Month.
Mix FM, your official emergency broadcaster.
Hitting the open road on your next outdoor adventure.
Mix FM
simply
weather.
take your pride in a job well done.
Southern Grampians
There's
Livestock
only
and
one
Real
place to
Estate,
go.
property consultant for Portland
Battery
and
World.
surrounds.
There's a strong wind warning for the west coast and partly cloudy for the rest of your Monday with winds reaching 40 k's an hour and an overnight low of 6 degrees. Partly cloudy again tomorrow with showers and damaging winds, a top of 15. Wednesday there'll be cloud about with a chance of a thunderstorm and a high chance of rain, a max of 17. And Thursday partly cloudy with more rain, a high of 16. Tomorrow looking at a top of 15 for Hamilton and 17 for Warrnambool, Portland and the coast.
Harvey Norman Hamilton, your kitchen appliance specialist.
Right now it's 12 degrees.